Zelensky of Ukraine outlines a workable model for peace talks with Russia's Putin. Ukrainian President Zelensky has, in a fresh interview with the Philadelphia Inquirer, admitted that peace talks are possible with Russia and that they could be modeled on the UN and Turkey brokered grain corridor deal, which was agreed upon early in the war in 2022. He told the publication that the two warring sides can find a model for potential settlement, and he gave a brief outline of his vision for this. Until now, Ukraine has refused to sit down with Russia for talks, and Zelensky has many times in the past declared that he would not do this as long as Putin was still in power. And that's why this particular interview represents a serious shift coming after Ukraine's severe manpower shortage and crisis, which has garnered international attention. It also comes weeks after the Swiss-hosted Ukraine Peace Summit, which resulted in a vague document still based largely on Kiev's insistence that it not concede any territory. Ukraine can find a model in which solutions can be found according to relevant documents, steps, and modalities. Such a model was first applied in the example of the grain corridor, when Ukraine negotiated not with the blocked hand of Russia, but we negotiated with the UN and Turkey, Zelensky said, and then he asserted that this was a model that worked. He said they in turn took the responsibility to negotiate with us in a trilateral agreement and then signed the corresponding agreement with the Russian side. Yes, it worked, two mirror agreements between the UN and Turkey and a separate agreement with Russia. So far, there is only this model, Zelensky added, while also explaining that agreements on territorial integrity, energy, and freedom of navigation could be struck according to the same format. Zelensky said he's open to other countries mediating as well. No one should say that it is just Europe and the US, he said, referencing countries in Asia and South America. He also, in the interview, laid out his vision for victory, which means, at the very least, not to allow the full destruction of everything Ukrainian by Putin, he said. The US outlet at one point asked him about the increasing reports that his government has cracked down on media and persecutes journalists and opposition figures. There has also been widespread acknowledgement of persecution of the Christian Orthodox Church leaders who have not broken ecclesiastical ties with the Russian Orthodox Church. Referencing Putin, Zelensky responded by saying, the president mentioned that Russia's policies and intentions towards Kiev are evident in the occupied territories. Moscow eliminates the use of the Ukrainian language, combats the Ukrainian church and teaching of Ukrainian history. Children are taught that Ukraine was never a rightful state, and thus he sought to justify that Ukraine has every right to respond in the same way to Russian culture and language. Last Friday, Zelensky had, in a press conference, stressed, it's very important for us to show a plan to end the war that will be supported by the majority of the world. He's reportedly working on a comprehensive plan to present to the allies, the allies of Ukraine, and to the world. So we'll see what that will be. This is by Tyler Durden on Zero Hedge. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.